I'm Wes Alvin Tan.
Mr. Chairman, Minister Edwin spoke about our transition out of the pandemic to build towards a strong, caring and inclusive Singapore. Our national monuments embody our foundational values and where we come from. Elgin Bridge, located just next to this house, is one of them. It quietly symbolizes our openness to the world, our strength in diversity, our adaptability for the future. It symbolically connected Singapore and the world through facilitating trade for our city's growth. It connected the culturally different towns of our Indian and Chinese migrants living on South Bridge Road to the Malay and European community living across on North Bridge Road. The Elgin Bridge that we walk on today is a result of 4 major reconstructions over 2 centuries, adapting to the times of our society. Elgin Bridge continues to bear witness to our Singapore story, where we build connections with the world, reinvent ourselves for the future, bridge our differences, and forge a shared identity amidst our diversity. Mr. Chairman, I will first touch on our youth who will realize our future. Together with them, we will continue to build bridges to the world towards our shared future vision of Singapore and with one another. I chat regularly with our youth, and 2 issues that they deeply care about are, 1, the future of work, and 2, mental well-being. I will focus on both. Ms. Henny so asked how we can better support our youth, especially in their jobs, finances, and mental well-being. Our youth know they need to prepare themselves for their future careers and desire 3 things. First, opportunities to learn. Second, concrete skills to offer. And third, guidance along the way. That is why we are building bridges to our region and beyond to help them to seize new opportunities. For example, we are building bridges all the way with Latin America, a region with immense growth potential, to help Singapore startups enter. Singapore established an MOU with Colombia and a partnership with VC firm Latin Leap to promote closer collaboration with companies in Latin America, especially in areas of AI, fintech, and sustainability. Our youth who are setting their sights beyond Singapore can therefore look to more global opportunities. Now, during the budget debates, Mr. Desmond Chu referred to our youth as Generation COVID, coming of age during the pandemic in an era of many opportunities, but also unique challenges. Our youth need the confidence to seize opportunities by acquiring concrete skills and knowledge. And we have developed 3 initiatives on this. First, our Asia Ready Exposure Program, AEP, helps bridge our youth to the region. Through online content and physical trips where possible, we are developing our youth's cross-cultural skills for opportunities in Asia. Our AEP recently collaborated with the Ministry of Trade and Industry Academy, MTI Academy, on a webinar program titled Regional Economies and Trade, to equip our youth with insights on market economies like ASEAN, China, and India. Our youth learned firsthand from industry leaders in Asia, from companies like Quest Ventures, a top VC firm in Asia, YCH Group, a leading regional supply chain management partner, and Riverwalk Holdings, an India-focused VC fund, on what it's like to work abroad and what skills you need to succeed in the region. Second, we are creating opportunities to bridge our youth to local organizations in the community and social sectors. Now, at the height of COVID-19, we rolled out our Youth Core Internship Scheme, which provided more than 700 youths with internship experiences since September 2020. We will build on this as we recover from the pandemic through the Youth Core Community Internship, YCCI. MCCY and the National Youth Council will partner social and community organizations to offer internships with priority given to ITE and the polytechnics. Our youth can pick up skills like event and project management, marketing, and community engagement. Third, we will build and strengthen bridges for our youth with mentors as they navigate life's many milestones. Ms. Rahayu Maizen's question about mentoring opportunities to support our youth emotionally is thus key. Mentoring will play a key part in the upstream. That is why we launched our Mentoring Alliance for Action last year to build a stronger mentoring culture in Singapore, especially for youths undergoing life's many transitions, be it from school to work or when switching careers. So to any youth looking for a mentor, the Mentoring AFA has established WeConnect, Singapore's first dedicated online mentoring platform, where you can find programs ranging from mentoring opportunities to community groups for your personal life stages. Through WeConnect, you can connect with a pool of over 1,000 volunteer mentors, and it's growing, and coming from companies like P&G, Unilever, and Meta. You can learn from mentors who have traversed career journeys across industries like tech, logistics, media. And by the end of this month, you can register on WeConnect, and I highly encourage you to do so. Next, building bridges of mutual support. Ms. Tin Pei Ling asked how we are supporting youths struggling with mental health. Now, during the budget debates, Dr. Shahira Abdullah and Ms. Nadia Samdin stressed the importance of stronger mental health support in Singapore. I agree with them. Even as the pandemic wanes, mental health issues will not just disappear with it. We need to reinforce support for our youths. We want our youth to know that it is okay to reach out and share about their mental health and well-being without fear of judgment. To build supportive communities, we will expand peer support networks across various settings, be it in schools, workplace, online, and in the community. Now, MCCY and NYC are partnering with our youth sector organizations like Campus Sci and Young NTUC to run peer support network programs. We are also encouraging trained peer supporters from IT, polytechnics, and universities to continue serving the community after graduation by joining our Youth COS Singapore. And our youths are leading the way on mental health awareness. The Happiness Initiative, Calm Collective, and Limitless are just three of the many ground-up initiatives they are spearheading. And to bring together these efforts, the government started our Youth Mental Wellbeing Network in 2020. Since then, more than 1,500 individuals comprising youths, parents, caregivers, mental health professionals started more than 20 grown-up projects to support youth mental well-being. But mental health issues do not only affect our youth. So to achieve even greater impact, we will expand the efforts of the Youth Mental Wellbeing Network to a broader network, which will tackle mental health issues across a broader range of the population segments, as mentioned by SMS Janil in his speech. This wider network will be a platform for those who can deliver mental health and well-being outcomes like Campus Sci and Calm Collective to come together and spearhead initiatives with funding support. So for those who would benefit from these initiatives, the network could help you find useful services and initiatives more easily. So whether you are an organization, a student, a middle-aged PMET, or a senior looking for mental well-being support, we welcome you to be part of this effort. MCCY will support this network, which will be advised by the Interagency Task Force for Mental Health and Well-being. I feel privileged to chair this network with the support of my colleagues MOS Sun Xueling and Palsec Rahayu Mazam, and we will announce more details later this year. We have learned a lot from the Youth Mental Wellbeing Network, and we will build upon the learnings and networks to build a more inclusive Singapore that prioritizes our mental well-being. Next, we must look ahead and construct new bridges to our desired future with our youths. At MCCY, we have already begun the work and are now seeing the early fruits of our labor through the Youth Action Challenge, YAC, and the Somerset Belt. Through the YAC, any youth with an idea or a desire to tackle the problems of our day can pitch their innovative project idea and receive grants to realize these solutions. Since 2019, we have worked with over 700 youths who have formed more than 170 project teams to tackle societal issues ranging from environment and sustainability to support for vulnerable groups. Many of their projects have made tangible impact. Take, for example, the team Skillio, founded by our youth Felix, Dodi, and Zhihui, with a simple but ambitious vision. Creating a society where we are recognized for our unique strengths, not defined by the schools we go to or the letters on our report cards. Skillio puts these ideas into a tangible product, a digital portfolio that helps youth document any soft skills picked up along their educational journey to pursue their dream careers. And with the Youth Action Plan support, Skillio has expanded its offerings, giving our youth free access to build these portfolios and connects them to companies based on their unique qualities and skill sets. Thus far, over 5,000 students across 11 different schools and organizations have joined Skillio, with the potential to scale. This reflects how our youth's ideas can and indeed have made an impact and indeed difference to many. We are also offering our youth a dedicated physical space to prototype their ideas and implement ground-up programs for social causes through our Somerset Belt. Since 2019, Somerset Belt has supported more than 20 ground-up projects, reaching more than 20,000 youths on causes like arts, the environment, and more. In the year ahead, we will partner institutes like Singapore Polytechnic and the Singapore University of Technology and Design to translate ideas from classrooms and studios into real life. We will also refresh and enhance the spaces within Somerset Belt in the coming years. Thus far, we have sought ideas from over 240 youths on how they envision or want to use this space. Some envision the Belt to be a creative hub with experimental retail space. We will continue to grow and make our youth-initiated ideas come alive through funding support. We will announce more details on the refresh works on the Somerset Belt later this year. Mr. Chairman, we have already seen early fruits from the YAC and the Somerset Belt. In time, especially with the upcoming YAC Season 4 starting October, we will see even more youths coming forward to make their impact. And in fact, I welcome youths to come and join our YAC Season 4. Mr. Chairman, I would like to speak in Mandarin, please. 许连兵先生询问关于我国青年对社会课题采取行动的各项计划。我们将继续赋予青年能力做出改变，让他们从所居住的地方开始做出贡献。通过新加坡青年志愿团队和关爱新加坡行动旗下义工总会中心、社会联系站 （COMLINK） 以及各个社会服务组织的合作，我们会提供1500个邻里区内的志愿服务机会。我们会将青年志愿者和需要帮助的邻居配对起来，让他们为身边的低收入家庭和年长人士等奉献爱心。包括上述的地方性志愿服务活动，新加坡青年志愿团队将提供多达7500个志愿服务机会，让有心为他人服务的青年挺身而出，尽一份勉力。I'll next talk about building our youth's civic capacity for constructive discourse with one another. Today, with tech and social media as the frontiers for social discourse, we need to strengthen mutual understanding, especially on key and contentious societal issues. While we see more open discussions on social media, we also see growing polarization, echo chambers, and the rise of cancel culture. When I spoke with youth at the launch of the Inter-University Network last month, they shared with me their wish to discuss difficult and controversial issues frankly. They want to work with us to build what they call safe spaces and also guardrails to do so. That is why Mr. Koh Lian Pin's question about opportunities for youth participation on topics of national interest is key and relevant and timely. So we will work with our youth to create safe platforms for them to explore and engage in a diversity of views and help them build empathy towards those who hold different views. From April to September this year, the National Youth Council will partner MediaCorp to launch a digital engagement campaign called Civic Conversations. We will highlight important norms and values that should guide our conversations and create spaces for respectful and deep dialogue. We will address key topics like race and religion, local foreigner relations, and intergenerational bonding. Our youth can participate in a variety of online platforms like Instagram live sessions with expert panels and access the content through a microsite. They will pick up useful tips on how to engage in difficult conversations and converse constructively on complex issues. Mr. Chairman, we must consciously strengthen the bridges that connect us, not just across the diversity of our perspectives, but also across our different racial, religious, and ethnic backgrounds. Mr. Muhammad Fahmi bin Aliman asked about our integration efforts to build a cohesive society and bridge societal fault lines. In addition to the work of our Interracial and Religious Confidence Circles, IRCC, as covered by Minister Edwin, our National Integration Council and Singapore Citizenship Journey are important platforms for this. Both platforms help us to strengthen the bridges between locals and newcomers to Singapore. We must never forget that Singapore's story has always been one of an immigrant nation embracing diversity and being open to the world. As part of our Emerging Stronger conversations, members of the National Integration Council candidly discuss challenges around local foreigner relations, particularly arising from COVID-19. We developed 3 key themes that the NIC's Alliance for Action and its projects will focus on. First, to create more shared experiences and interactions through a community orientation program and volunteering opportunities where newcomers and locals can have meaningful interactions. Second, to share positive stories that inspire us to embrace the vibrancy of our diverse backgrounds and common aspirations. And third, to empower and equip more to speak up on sensitive issues relating to diversity and inclusion by developing workshops and programs. Together, 20 representatives from 15 different community groups, corporations, and grassroots organizations will co-create and drive these projects. Everyone can play a part in this effort. The efforts of the IRCC and the NIC emphasize our shared Singaporean identity. But what does it mean to be Singaporean and to live in Singapore? Through our Citizens Work Group for the Singapore Citizenship Journey, or SCJ, in 2020, Singaporeans answered this question. They reflected that it is our shared languages and experience, it is how we order kopi with our uniquely Singaporean language, whether it's kopi O, kopi C, kopi peng. It is our community spirit and shared values where we believe it is our responsibility to care for one another and to leave no one behind. Thanks to our citizens' contributions, we have included refreshed content in our e-journey and new e-book, such as our arts and culture and aspirations for Singapore's future. You can experience the e-journey now through the Singapore Journey website and look forward to the launch of the e-book next month, titled Welcome to Singapore. I hope these resources remind us about the heart of being Singaporean. Mr. Chairman, in Malay, please. Tuan Pengerusi, IRCC, NIC, dan SCJ, kita menggugurkan hubungan antara masyarakat-masyarakat kita yang berbagai etnik dan agama. Perpaduan yang mereka pupuk adalah sumber kekuatan negara kita yang tidak boleh kita ambil mudah. Berjalan melintasi Elgin Bridge menuju ke South Bridge Road, kita dapat melihat bagaimana kepelbaikan kita wujud dalam harmoni. Sepanjang jalan yang satu ini, kita ada Masjid Jamia Chulia, Kuil Sri Mariana, Kuil Buddha Tooth Relic, dan Gereja Fairfield Methodist. Kepelbagaian inilah yang di atasnya generasi perintis kita telah membina negara kita. Dengan membina jambatan-jambatan yang lebih kukuh antara masyarakat-masyarakat, kepelbagaian kita akan terus menjadi tunjang kekuatan kita. Mr. Chairman, Minister Edwin reminded us that our transition out of the pandemic will not be without obstacles. Great cities, including strong bridges, were not built in a day, nor by a single person or group. This mirrors the words that our former president, President Yusof Ishak, said more than 50 years ago. I quote, "In every brick stone, stool that makes up Singapore, there is contained the effort and energies of generations of men, starting with the early immigrants. The whole fabric of Singapore society is woven out of the thread of human effort, labor, and purpose." Unquote. As we embark on the next arc of our Singapore story, it is now our time, our turn to build on these foundations and create new bridges to the world, towards our shared future, and with one another. Thank you.